Dr. Amoroso, when you did your opening statement, you were speaking quite eloquently, talking about malicious software, malware you talked about. And you painted this picture that the malware itself, you were impressed how well it was developed, put together, and you sort of alluded to the fact that it was almost not unpenetratable, but it was to the point you were respectful of it and were not sure we were keeping up. Is that my interpretation of what you said?
That's exactly right. We're definitely not keeping up. We're trying. And think of the dizzying pace of innovation that you see out in Silicon Valley, right? I mean, new things every day. The
Right.
hacking and the malicious adversary community, they're moving at the same pace. So the job we have is we've got to keep up. And you would say, hey guys, you better be ahead of them. Like, not even enough to just kind of keep up. You better be ahead. So we're always going to be sort of biased.
So you're
to
saying
say,
you're always
let us
catching
go
up.
faster. We've got to innovate. We've got to go faster.
Is that true? You think you're always catching up then?
That
I mean,
is
that's
absolutely
what you
true.
implied to me by saying the respectability you had for this malware.
Yes.
Is this true for adware, spyware, grayware, all these others? Is it also applicable to that too?
Yeah, APTs are the best, right? I mean, APTs, this exfiltration point that the congressman spoke about, that is the elite kind of attack vector in 2012.
Okay.
Spyware, maybe not so much.
Now with the malware, who are these people that are doing this specifically? Can you name them?
I can't. I'm not in law enforcement. Maybe, but you might
I mean,
have
is there
some
anybody
people
on the
here
panel
who can, but
when Dr. Amoroso talked about this malware so respectfully and how eloquently it's put together,
Right.
is there anybody can tell me who we're talking about?
I think if you take a look at the most recent investigation conducted by the FBI on the DNS malware, changer malware, you'll see that was a group of individuals operating out of Estonia that basically sent malware to individuals in various forms and emails, and you clicked on it, and it infected your computer in a way that it directed you when you went out to do a DNS type search. You were looking for, I don't know, Amazon.com or some other company. You really went to their servers, and their own servers were actually embedded in various locations in the United States. So these are organized groups. They've figured out how to capitalize on the money you can make with the malware.
Are these people, for example, in Estonia, are they part of a mafia, underground, a organization? It's larger than just in Estonia without you revealing any?
These are no longer just individual hackers. The individual hackers are out there, but now they've actually formed themselves into types of federations to work together.
Across the world?
You can do it across the world. There are certain hacking groups you can join and be a member from different countries.
So it's like a fraternity. You say, well, I'm a member of the Estonia hacker
Estonia
group.
just seems to be a hotbed right now, and I
Hotbed.
think because of how the economy is run over there.
Uh-huh. Anyone else?
If I could add to that, I think
Sure.
it's actually pretty interesting. This is a very large and very well organized underground economy. They are specialized, so you have some people that write tools, other people that rent access to bot networks. So you can rent botnets by the hour. You can tell them where you want the bots to be, what kind of computers. All of payment network mechanisms between these parties. So it's very sophisticated. And if you think about from a criminal standpoint, it's a lot easier to do get a return on investment, this type of thing, than it is to go out and do physically oriented sort of crimes. And the scale is so much larger. These are folks that operate across borders internationally, and there's just an enormous amount of economic incentive for them to do it. And it's primarily, unlike APT, at least in some respects, this is primarily an economic crime. APT is focused certainly on economics, but more on intellectual property or embarrassing companies. This is all about the money.
Well, I guess, Mr. Mahon, is there a possibility that we have terrorists involved with this that are part of this Estonia? The terrorists could go to this group or this federation across and are using them? Is that a high
Absolutely.
probability?
Terrorists use these types of schemes for funding. Number one, they need funding for their operations. And number two, they use it just as a communication system. They know they're being looked at. So the ways that they need to communicate are surreptitiously in a manner that they can't be intercepted. So they use these types of technologies to communicate with one another. But they have to fund their operations.